Joining us now in a Kelly File exclusive, House Majority Leader Eric Cantor, a Republican from Virginia. Mr. Majority Leader, good to see you. And so this, we learn, is something that actually came up when they were discussing the security under Obamacare, and they pushed HHS, commentators did, to include something to protect people, saying, all right, if my information gets stolen on healthcare.gov or on the exchange, somebody should tell me so I can, call up the credit bureaus, do something about it. And HHS said, no.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Well, Megan, first of all, it's great to be on the show, and congratulations on the terrific show.
Thank you.
It is pretty unfathomable to even believe that we are at where we are with this issue. It's a no-brainer. I think people are legitimately concerned about information and identity theft, and if there is any chance that one's information and identity can be stolen or abused on the healthcare.gov website or in any way, shape, or form connected with the ObamaCare exchange, then we should take the precautionary measures necessary. That's exactly what we're doing on the House of Representatives floor. This week, we are voting on a bill that will require the Obama administration to notify any victims of identity theft within 48 hours.
Why is this controversial? Because as I look it up, it looks like Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats are dismissing this bill, which is a two-page bill. It's not some long thing that tries to repeal Obamacare. It just says, hey, notify the people if their identity gets compromised or their information gets stolen. They're dismissing that as, in their view, another political stunt.
Well, it's pretty incredible. That's what's wrong with Washington right now. Let's just start helping people. We know this law has got a lot of issues with it, a lot of things that I believe can never be fixed. But in the meantime, while all this is playing out, we ought to protect people from the harmful effects. That's what this bill does. It's a no-brainer. We ought to require the administration to alert those who are victimized by identity theft if it happens within 48 hours. Very simple.
Because you can do something about it. If you get notified that your information has been compromised, similar to what we saw with Target, when they got compromised, they sent out a notice to the world basically saying, if you were at Target during these dates buying information in this or buying merchandise in this way, you may have been compromised. And then you go and you look and you see on your card, oh, wow, somebody's buying stuff and purporting to be me. The government is taking that away from people, many of whom have been forced on healthcare.gov by a president and an administration that said they wouldn't be forced on. So the Democrats not supporting this bill means these people are going to remain unprotected, correct?
That's right. The imperative is to allow individuals to take the actions necessary to minimize or mitigate any kind of damage that could occur. This is a very scary issue to a lot of people, and legitimately so. If you have your identity taken from you and abused, how much is occurring now online, electronically. That is a scary thought. Mm-hmm. The government ought to be willing to just notify victims. That's all we're trying to do, and asking the Democrats to set politics aside just this one time, and let's go about helping protect people in case their identity is stolen.
Well, especially when we're talking about potentially more than identity. If it gets into the nature of your actual health care history, that opens up a whole other ball of wax. But I want to ask you about this, because HHS has reported that there have been no successful security attacks, none. And they say no person or group has maliciously accessed any personally identified information from the site. So they say this is really unnecessary because it hasn't happened.
Well, the question I would have, Megan, back to that is, why do we want to wait until it does happen? Let's make sure that the necessary procedures and tools are in place so that if it does happen, people can be protected. Mm-hmm. That's all we're trying to do. And I really dismiss the opposition as being nothing but hollow and political. And let's do what's right and help the people of this country already being harmed by this law.
It looks pretty good in the House. Over in the Senate, we'll see whether Harry Reid brings it for a vote. The history on that, not so good. Mr. Majority Leader, great to see you.
Megan, it's a pleasure. Thank you.